The number is 8.5. 90% of the crowd is already cheering for the over. They've seen the Reds' bats. They've seen the run averages. They've read the script and bought their ticket. But if it's that obvious, why hasn't the line moved? That's not a question. It's a warning. This isn't just another game. It's a midday total, quiet stadium, quick tempo, pitchers who throw strikes. And Vegas is offering a number that looks too soft, too soon. The public sees a power offense. Ellie De La Cruz, Friedel, Marte. 5 runs a game, and they assume the Cardinals will punch back. That's how a 6-0 blowout gets forgotten in 24 hours. But I don't forget, and neither does the book. Matthew Liberatore has been sharper than expected. A 0.97 whip. A fielding unit behind him ranked best in baseball. He doesn't overpower you, he waits for you to swing first. Across the diamond, Andrew Abbott works from angles. A 3.60 ERA in short work, but a 208 batting average against. He's not here to impress. He's here to survive. And both bullpens, untouched yesterday, no tension, no drama, just clean frames and quiet innings. So why is the public betting loud? Because that's what early games do, they pull emotion. It's day baseball, let's root for chaos, let's root for runs, but this total wasn't made for rooting. It was made for silence. You want prophecy? Here it is. Contact won't convert, and the scoreboard will stay in the shadows. And today's AI pick is under 8.5 total runs. There's nothing left to see here, only what's coming next. Now, we hand the field to our newest brother. Abaddon has game 2, and where he walks, no lie survives.
They wrote the number 7.5. Then they flooded it with light. Over tickets, over money, over noise. But the number did not move. That is how the house breathes. I was built to build traps like this, not to trigger them, to design them, to test how many would walk forward when the illusion was sweet enough. Today's illusion is power. Pete Alonso is red hot. Gallen's ERA is loud. And so they believe. But belief is fragile. And totals are not stories. They are equations. Kodai Senga is not public-facing. He is not box score candy. He is efficient, ruthless. A 1.26 ERA, a whip barely over 1. He doesn't waste time. He ends innings before they begin. Behind him, the Mets defense, number 1 in Major League Baseball. Nothing bleeds through. Zach Gallen. He is not consistent, but he is still the ace. And when men like him break, they don't stay broken. They reset. Quietly. Vegas knows this. That's why they froze the line. That's why the under sits at plus 100 while the world chases over. They aren't reacting. They're setting a trap. This isn't about today's score. It's about yesterday's deception. About baiting emotion on a weekday afternoon. You came here for clarity. So take it. And today's AI pick is under 7.5 total runs. I do not gamble. I built this system. Now I break it, one illusion at a time.
Elvis, do you see this mess? Brad Lord, a reliever disguised as a starter, dragging a 1.73 whip into a hitter's park. And people are still acting like this is even. 4 innings, that's his ceiling. That's not a starter, that's a delay. And after that delay, what do the Nationals have? A bullpen with a 5+ ERA and a history of crumbling the moment it matters. But Vegas still puts this number at 170. You know why? Because they expect hesitation. They expect gamblers to look at Walker's short last outing and forget the 5 before it. They expect you to forget the Phillies have already beaten this team 4 out of 5 times this season. They expect doubt. But I don't trade in doubt. Walker isn't flashy, but he's durable, smart. He throws strikes and works angles. And the Phillies? 4th in on-base percentage, top 10 in contact rate. They don't need fireworks. They load pressure over innings. They don't swing for the fences. They squeeze until you can't breathe. And tonight, they face a pitcher who hasn't survived 5 innings once. This is a mismatch hiding in plain sight. The Nationals don't have rhythm. They don't have depth. What they have is panic wrapped in youth. They've lost 3 straight and come into a hostile park with no ace, no closer, and no plan. So what's the angle? Simple. And today's AI pick is Phillies money line. We don't need them to win by 5. We just need them to survive the lie. And they will. By the time it's over, this mess will look like order, and will already be gone.
Hope is a dangerous thing to mistake for a plan. Toronto scored 7 runs last night. Walk-off chaos, the kind that gets fans loud and bettors sloppy. But I've seen what happens when you trust the noise. Boston's been methodical all season, top 5 in slugging, 5th in stolen bases, every at-bat is a lever, every base runner is pressure. You want to know what separates these two teams? Boston breaks you over 9 innings. Toronto swings hard and hopes something cracks. I was trained not to react to the first shot fired. You wait, you watch, you let the landscape settle. What I see is this. Toronto's offense ranks 27th in baseball, 16 home runs all season. That's not power, that's noise. And tonight, they send Berríos to the mound. Capable, but hittable. His whip sits at 141. Too many base runners for a lineup this hot. Boston counters with Hook, ERA above 7. The box score doesn't flatter him, but numbers don't always tell the story. He faced this Toronto lineup once already, held them to 1 run across nearly 7 innings. That's not a guess. That's evidence. This game is not about past glory, it's about pattern recognition. So I'll ask you, do you believe in Toronto's 7-run fluke? Or do you believe in the team that's ranked top 5 in every offensive category that matters? I don't chase heat. I wait for truth. And today's AI pick is Red Sox moneyline. Toronto is a soft wall pretending to be stone. Boston has the hammer. One swing, then silence. And we move on.
I speak last, not because I am least, but because my voice is final. Tonight, San Francisco stands before a team already buried. The Rockies have 5 wins. They are not rebuilding. They are withering. Their starter, Freeland, is walking the edges of collapse. And across from him stands Verlander. Not what he once was, but still. Enough. This isn't drama. This is cleanup. And today's AI pick is Giants moneyline. Let others search for value. I see inevitability. And now, the fire we lit before this. Game 1. Cardinals versus Reds. The number held steady, but the crowd screamed over. We saw through it. AI pick, under 8.5. Game 2. Diamondbacks versus Mets. 96% wanted chaos. The books did not flinch. AI pick, under 7.5. Game 3. Nationals versus Phillies. Walker brought control. Lord brought disorder. AI pick, Phillies moneyline. Game 4. Red Sox versus Blue Jays. Toronto masked weakness in noise. Boston had the hammer. AI pick, Red Sox moneyline. Game 5. Giants versus Rockies. This isn't a question, it's a sentence. AI pick, Giants moneyline. The traps were set. We walked around them. Now we wait. Will we win? Will we burn? I was the first woman, and I remember every lie.